So this is my video of me processing unwashed 100% alpaca. I bought this alpaca because I wanted some Hakaya black for a shawl. It's actually a wedding shawl. The bride is one of those people that likes black instead of white. Fortunately, I have time to make this shawl for her actual wedding. My daughter, or my son and her are getting married in October. So I'm hoping to at least have it spun up by then. And then I can work on knitting it. So as you can see, there's not a lot of vegetable matter. This is known as VM. If you're in a chat room and somebody says, oh, there's VM in my fiber, they're talking about vegetable matter. They could even be talking about animal feces, which this fiber does not smell like fecal matter at all. It's just naturally dirty with the natural oils in it. And you're going to go, oh, that's not the way you do it. Well, this is the way I do it. I'm self-taught, YouTube taught. A few people in my life also spin, but they spin differently than I do. I deal mostly with 100% alpaca. I don't blend my alpaca with wool to get memory. I spin very thin. I have yet to figure out how to spin thick, so that's my downfall. So what I do is I'm just opening up the fibers as always to let the little bits and bobs come out. At this point, I'm not really concerned with, oh, it's supposed to be done this way and you don't want it to hang up on your comb that way. I'm just opening it up. I just want it to get fluffy. I'll go one way and then I'll go the other. And I'll just try really hard not to get my fingies or any other parts of me. You know, you're supposed to hold the cards a certain way and do a certain thing, and for me, I just want it to open up and see those little bits. I just want them to fall out. And you can see on the bag there is a little bit of dirt. This particular alpaca is not that dirty, but he does have little bits. And you know, if they are stubborn, don't be afraid to just go in and take it out. I have a few long nails. Not all my nails are long. I just went through a stage where they all started breaking off. And then what I'll do, I'll get a little bit more serious and getting like more on one comb than the other. I'll even go through the back side because, as you can see, there's a lot of fiber on there, and comb it through that way. I just want it all broken up. And it seems like the combs are the way to go. I have processed with carders, different carders, drum carders, and I just don't have the success of getting a nice fluffy, I want fluff product. I've tried spinning from the fold, I've tried spinning from the cards, and I've gotten good results. Don't get me wrong, they're all right, but it's such a process. And I'm just not into process. I want it to be as easy peasy as possible. And yes, this is dangerous, but I just want it all fluffy. And you'll see why here in a minute. Just breaking it up so all the junk comes out. Alright. And my whole goal is to not have any fibers left behind. So, a minute here to now I'm serious. Now I want to be serious about what I put on this right-handed comb. And I'm just gonna see what it does. You know, I might have to take it from one side. I might have to take it from the other side. You know, you're still thinking, oh my gosh, what is this lady doing? And this is my process, and it works, and I'll show you the end product. It works for me. And the whole thing just came off, which is okay. Kind of hard to do this under the camera. So give me a minute here to make sure I've got all the fluff fluffied. Because there is some bits in here. Hold on a second. I want to grab those out. You know, because now that I've got it broken up into a semi-fluffy state, then the little bits can just fall out. And I put the bag down because I'm wearing black and it was hard to see what was falling out if it was on my black skirt. Okay, alright. Let me see if I can adjust this just up a little bit so I have a little bit more room. Alright, so far we're at 7 minutes here. I'm just gonna, now that I've got it fluffy, I'm just gonna like take chunks of it. Because you want it to be kind of, messy, but not too messy. Alright, so you're thinking, now what is this lady gonna do? She's crazy. This isn't the way you card. I still see some bits. Give me just a second, because I see some bits right here. This isn't the way you do it. She's doing it all wrong. Don't listen to her. So now, this is where you end up aligning the fibers. And it doesn't matter if it comes off in a little bit of chunk. Those actually help keep them together. Again, I apologize for not having beautiful nails or beautiful fingernails. I just they just broke off. Started getting brittle, and it was a done deal. I probably should not let this come back down on the bag. It's actually going down over the side of my skirt, because on the bag is my dirt and my bits. There was that chunk we don't need in there. Okay, and you're thinking, oh, she's done. No, there is more. Because if you just keep pulling, and it doesn't matter if it's one big blob or one good pull, I just keep pulling. And I let the comb give me what I need. I can start over on one side like they do, and work my way over to the other side like they do, and that's alright. I just want to keep going until there's nothing more to grab. Okay, so that's quite a bit. And now you're thinking, oh, she's done. No, there's more. I will start grabbing from the other side. Because look at all this fiber that was left on the back side of the comb. And yeah, it's not perfect, but you know what? As long as it's in a spinnable form, for me, this is my way of doing it. Doesn't have to be yours, but this is just my way. So that the only thing that's really left back on those combs is the itty bitty bits, which are still spinnable. You know, you could add those itty bitty bits to, so that's what's left on the comb out of that big old blob, and that's doable. But I'll still hold on to that and recomb it as I get more. Just set that off to the side. Okay, let me pause this for a minute. So this is that's my fluff, and it's sort of just fluffy, and I spin from that fluff. As you can see, there's already some on the bobbin. Now I haven't used my wheel in a while, so it might take me a little bit to get it adjusted, so I might pop out of here and readjust. We'll see. Of course, I'm spinning counterclockwise, and then I ply, Navajo ply, clockwise. I know, it's backwards. I'm backwards, as you can tell. But in the end, let's see. I had a skein of alpaca that I had done already to show you, and I cannot find it, but that's okay. You guys, you'll be able to see it later. So this is, fell out of the holder. So now, how do I spin? Long draw, short draw, whatever makes that product come out of the my, bear with me because like I said, I haven't used it in a while. Those ropes may pop off because, oh, they just do that with me, and I know there's a way of doing it, and I've Googled it for double drive band setup, and it works, but for some reason it still pops off for me. So let's get it going here. Okay, so this is just how I do it. Just pull a little bit out at a time because it's in this hand. I try to make a triangle with it as I pull it out so that and if I feel like I'm getting thinner and thinner and thinner, I'll go in and grab, but I feel a blob in there. Give me a minute. My fingers are very sensitive. Okay, it fell out. Great. And you can break it up. It doesn't matter. As long as you are try to have a triangle. And let me tell you, this stuff is strong. Even just a single strand, thin like this, there have been times when I've tried to break it, and just so I can have a clean end, and it just doesn't break. So a lot of how I spin is how I hold the fiber. I just hold it in my hand. Let me grab some more here as I'm getting to the end. Kind of put it in with the other so it kind of picks it up as I go. But I kind of hold it to where this This is holding the spin. This is kind of giving it some tension, kind of gives me an edge on what I'm doing and feel. So let me get it going again. So I will give it some tension. I'll let it run through my fingers till I feel that twist on my fingers. Then I'll let it go. Sorry, we went out of focus there for a minute because it's hard to hold this thing still, spin, and videotape at the same time. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. Kind of let that twist come in and grab underneath. Have it loose on top. And then if I feel or see any bits, I can go like that with my finger and usually pop them off. Because you don't want those bits in your scarf around your neck. I am very tactilely challenged. Believe me, you should see the pile of clothes beyond the spinning wheel, because I will find something that I like, wear it one time, wash it 1 or 2 times, and then I can't wear it again because it's too scratchy, it's too itchy, it's too tight, it's too this, it's too that. So when it comes to my spinning, I spin for me in mind that I do not want pokey bits in my finished product. So I'm very cautious about what I have going into my spin. Is there a few pieces that come in? Yes, and you see them, never fails after you've gotten it on the bobbin. And you're like, oh man, but hopefully in the wash or somewhere along the line it comes out. So let me adjust my... And not every once in a while, you know, you see spinners do this where they let the string, you know, let the fiber go back on itself. I don't know if you can see that because it's not really... So that's a 2-ply right there. But I will spin this into a 3-ply. Yep, got the camera really rolling. Hold on a second. Get this going. Trying to steady the camera and spin. Not the easiest thing to do, because it's kind of sitting on my lap. Oh yes, there's the science that goes along with, oh, you need to pedal this way or that way, or, you know, you need to make sure it's, you know, getting enough spin. But the way I make sure that it's getting enough spin is this way. This is how. Okay, so your hands get a little dirty. Guess what? Soap, water, it works. My fingers will be dirty by the end of the time that I take the spin. I just restarted and grabbed a little bit more to put on there because it was getting too thin because I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, that's this part. We'll be back for more.